Hello, good night. Luis Cote for La Pizarra LDT. Question, more than the results, which one will be your conclusion of this tournament, and also in comparison with CONCACAF tournament and CONMEBOL, how do you see the level? Is harder the teams from CONMEBOL confederation, or which one would be your way of thinking? Thank you.
Yeah, good question. It's different, by far different. The tempo is higher. There's more intensity tackles in this one. So good experience in total to do this, to be able to play this tournament. So yeah, I would say that there is more intensity, is definitely bigger crowds, bigger support, and yeah, maybe to start with this, to give a lot of credit to Venezuela, how they played, and they played really good game today, and we must recognize that. So no, I think leading or answering your question, I think the intensity is higher, the physicality is higher, and that's maybe the two biggest differences between, I think, CONCACAF and CONMEBOL.
Coach Hallgrimsson, another disappointing Copa America campaign. How does Jamaica move forward?
With building on what is being done, I think there is no magic solution. There is. Yeah, I was hopeful leading to this game that we will get a result against Venezuela, but they have been the best team in this group. Yeah, and disappointing result after, in my opinion, two good performances. It was disappointing, especially the second half. I felt like we kind of gave up, and they, of course, they are on a high, and you cannot give them space or time like we did today, and we just gave them the ball too often, and often in dangerous spaces, so it was just a sloppy second half. And a good team like Venezuela will punish, because they have powerful players, good individuals, and like I said, everything is happening for them at the moment, so we cannot give them anything, not time and not space, but we did.
Hey Coach, Andres Finol from Spanish for Media. I got two questions. First, this thing of Venezuela, it was a surprise for you? And the second question,
No, go.
Okay. And the second question, what is the next step for this team of Jamaica?
Well, no, the Venezuela was not a surprise to us. Of course, they have 2 wins against good teams. So we analyzed them prior to the competition. We knew their quality. But they, like I said before, they are on a high. It just seems that everything is going their way. And like I said, for Jamaica, it's just to continue building, continue to try to improve. We had a few players that were injured today, couldn't play. We needed to do some last-minute changes. Greg threw up before the game and was feeling really bad, so we needed to do a substitution before the kickoff. So no, we just need to continue finding players, improving the project, and move on. This was for Jamaica a good test, and like we said, when we came in the tournament, we were the second lowest ranked team in the tournament, and it's good for us to have this competition. It's good for Jamaica to use this as a preparation for building up to the World Cup in 2026.
Buenas noches, profesor Heimir. No es la primera vez con CONCACAF CONMEBOL. ¿Le gusta esta prueba que se está viviendo en esta Copa América, la disputa CONMEBOL con CONCACAF, viendo cómo se va cerrando tan rápido el grifo, el canal para los representantes de CONCACAF? ¿Sería bueno mantenerse y a lo mejor ampliar en la Copa América a más presencia de CONCACAF?
I think for sure it's positive for everyone. I think it improves the competition to have teams. Saying this after a bad performance from us, but in general, I think the CONCACAF teams have represented themselves pretty well in the competition. So I think it's good to grow the competition. It's always, for me personally, looks kind of silly if there is a non-CONMEBOL team that will win the competition. That's the only negative thing I think when this tournament is played. But in general, I think it improves the competition. Of course, for the CONCACAF teams, it gives us opponent that normally are stronger than the CONCACAF team. So it's really beneficial to us. And I think on the women's side, it is the opposite. So the CONCACAF teams on the women's side are probably stronger than the CONMEBOL team. So I think this test will probably be seen as a successful one when we look at both competitions. So yeah, that is my opinion. I think everybody can benefit from it.
Gracias.
Coach Marvin Walters, MLS Multiplex. Not the way you would wanted to end this tournament. You played 3 excellent first half in all 3 games. Where it went wrong? Was it more mental or physical? And what are some of the takeaways from this tournament?
I think this game, it was probably more mental, but of course, because of injuries, etc., probably also physical. But I think it was more mental. We had nothing to play for except for pride and play for your country and representing yourself as well. And I felt like especially after the second goal, we conceded. Players just kind of gave up. And yeah, fresh legs came in. It was even not enough to kind of ignite something. So yeah, it was pretty embarrassing and disappointing to play this tournament and end in this way, because you always go with the memories of your last performance. But I would look at this tournament for us as a good one, a good experience, knowledge for the federation, knowledge for the players, knowledge for the staff playing in a tournament as good as this one. So I would look at it as in a positive way, even though we are really down after especially this second half today.
Buenas noches, profesor.
Buenas noches.
César Semivey de la cadena nacional del gol de Venezuela. Profesor, ¿qué conocimiento tenía de nuestra selección Venezuela antes de la Copa América? ¿Y qué concepto le merece finalizada la primera fase?
Like I said in the beginning, I didn't know much about Venezuela prior to the competition. We, of course, analyzed the games they played in the competition prior, leading up to this competition. And we were impressed, really impressed. And we thought Venezuela, Ecuador were at the same level. They play similar style of football, very intense. I think the difference between them in this competition is that there is more, I would say, more united power in Venezuela. So when they go forward, when they are pressing, they are really united in what they are doing. They work as one team, both going forward and going back. They have good speed, really good speed, individual talented players. Maybe not the biggest names in the world of football, but is all team players. And I, again, give a big respect to the coach, how he has managed this team. And you know, as everyone that has been looking at this competition, the respect for Venezuela has just grown since we analyzed them prior to the competition. So congratulations with your team up to now. I hope they will do good for the rest of the tournament.
We thank the coach, Heimir Hallgrimsson, from the national team from Jamaica for being part of the press conference of CONMEBOL Copa America USA 2024. Thank you, coach.
Thank you.